It's strange, you know? We fight to have things that we eventually take for granted. The magnificent becomes mundane, our desires become routine, and the appreciation fades away in the busyness of it all. Then that beautiful thing is over before you can really stop and appreciate it, and you realize how much it meant to you as quickly as it left. But now, it's too late. The human condition is an unfortunate one, but it doesn't have to be. Sometimes all it takes is a push in the right direction. And maybe for some, that direction is 10,000 kilometers away from what they call home.
Stuck in their teams, chasing the notion that's in between. The feeling you get when you're hypnotized, and the feeling you get looking in snake eyes. It's not what you want, that's the way that it seems. Turning up while you turn up your jeans. It's harder to see when you improvise, and it's harder to run when you feel tongue-tied. But it's the let go that helps you let go and feel alright for days. Tell me what you wanted, tell me how to be through the constant hills, and we won't let go. The hearts in between the X's. I know. Tell me when it's okay, hiding happiness in cushions. Draw me down to my knees for my memories, because we all need a little bit of tiger blood.
Excited, but scared. Grateful, but regretful. Prepared, yet terrified. Tomorrow determines the next 9 months of my life, and I have no idea if I'm making the biggest mistake of my life. The truth is, sometimes the course of our lives change in just a single day. But we're lucky in a way, because we often don't realize how important those days are until much later, or maybe never at all. There's a kind of grace in that ignorance. But today, I'm not blessed with that same ignorance. I remember when they first told me what country I was going to. I thought I had forever to prepare for today. But time snuck up on me, and here I am.
my girl, she said she's fine. She said, can you give me love around 9? Alarm clock ringing in my ears, 11 a.m. so I crack open a beer. Cancelled on Billy cause you said you'd come here. Couldn't cancel on you, had to spare you all those tears. All my life I've been waiting for this moment. Mine runs deep like the waves in the ocean. I wish everything I touch turned golden. All my life I've been waiting for this moment. Mine runs deep like the waves in the ocean. No, I wish everything I touch turned golden. No.
I woke up in a bed that wasn't mine, in a house I didn't know existed, in a city I'd never even seen until yesterday. And in that moment, the world forgot to spin, the clocks forgot their duty, and I lived in that moment, that fear, for what seemed like an eternity. What do you do when you're scared of turning a doorknob? What can you do when you're paralyzed by fear in a situation that you yourself signed up for? The bird sounds, the cars, the distant chatter, sounds I would normally find calming, all just made it feel that much more real, and that much more terrifying. For a moment, I hated myself for doing this. Who was I kidding? I wasn't ready for this. I don't know what I'm doing. I probably laid in that bed motionless for at least an hour, completely frozen by my fear. I still think to this day that the most courageous moment of my whole exchange, as strange as it may seem, happened when I left my bedroom for the first time. That fear didn't stay long, thankfully. I guess initially I was often too distracted by Korean culture to notice what was ahead of me, to grasp the weight of the situation. But can you really blame me? It's not often you have the chance to start anew and be whoever you want to be. Nobody has any expectations of who you are, what you dress like, how courageous you are. You're given the chance to be who you've always wanted to become. and I definitely had no intention of passing up that opportunity.
환승입니다. 환승입니다.
My third day is when I started attending school. Walking into the building, I felt like a celebrity. People wanting to take pictures with me, people asking to hang out after school. I started to laugh at myself for being so nervous. I'm the most popular person in the whole school, and all I had to do was show up. And better yet, I got to meet the other exchange students just 2 weeks later. And at that point, I was having the most fun I've ever had. Had my exchange been only a month or so, it would have passed like a dream. Soft, sweet, and simple. But I stayed long enough to feel the weight beneath the wonder. Over time, my novelty as an exchange student wore off. My still developing Korean skills complicated any attempt at being social. My broken words often turned conversations into quiet exits, and I found it increasingly hard to keep the few connections that I had. As the days passed, I found myself back to where I began, alone, as if nothing had changed. Yet somehow, this time was worse than before. The voice of failure wasn't one I was unfamiliar with, but this time its tone was different, harsher, colder than the one I knew, like it was telling me that I wasn't good enough for this. I hadn't just failed, I felt like success was beyond me, like I wasn't capable or even worthy of it. I knew that the worst thing I could do was listen to that voice. No matter how convincing it was, I knew that to give in would be to give up. So, all I could do was keep studying and hope that it pays off. So I trusted that the stars would align, and everything would eventually make sense. There's also this other side to loneliness, a feeling I hadn't met yet. Everywhere you look reminds you that you don't belong here. Everything you do reminds you of just how out of place you really are. Every conversation you have reminds you of how hopeless your situation feels. and it's almost like your mere existence is an inconvenience for others. Strangely, you start to miss being a nobody. You miss blending into everyone else, camouflaged by your own culture. A feeling I now know as Monachopsis. Some people say routines dull the edge of living, but it's kind of hard to dull edges that don't exist, and the mere presence of having some kind of structure for once was quite comforting. Better yet, it allowed me to relate to the people I was around. I brushed my teeth like everyone else, I stared out the bus window like everyone else, I stressed about school like everyone else. I didn't feel like a native, not even by a long shot, but I could at least find my place in the puzzle. It didn't magically bring my past friendships back, but it did give me my confidence back. For once, I didn't feel like an outsider, even if everyone who passes me by thinks of me as such. Of course, I had no end to my studying. Half of my life was flashcards, podcasts, textbooks, journals, etc. I would be at my desk for hours trying to improve my Korean. Some days were easier than others, as with anything else. There were days I wish I had never signed up for my exchange in the first place, because if I never started, then how could I fail? And sure, that works, but is it what I really wanted? To not know what could have come out of something because I'm too scared of failing? That's not what I wanted to do. More importantly, that's not who I wanted to be. That's not who I was meant to be. Our ability to adapt is both a blessing and a curse. Given enough time, we can learn to enjoy anything and make the best out of our situation. But the other end of that sword is that we can somehow find truly incredible things mundane. We have the ability to stop and enjoy a pretty cloud, yet accept the extraordinary ability of modern technology as the status quo. I still wasn't one of them, but I didn't need to be. The goal of an exchange isn't to mold yourself into something that fits. It's to blend cultures in a way that works for everyone. It's a chance for everyone to realize that different doesn't mean weird or unnatural. The unfortunate truth is, we tend to make connections between what we don't know and what we do know, based on what we can see. But you'll come to realize, sooner or later, that much of what you believed was never true, and that real understanding only comes when you're willing to start at square one. Obviously, I still had my bad days, just as everyone else anywhere else. Being on an exchange doesn't solve all your problems, it just makes more, so that when you solve those, your past challenges seem almost trivial. It's kind of like stubbing your toe and then breaking your arm to make it seem less drastic. Maybe a little backwards, but I can promise you that you'll forget about your stubbed toe pretty quickly. So, I guess you could say at that point that my broken arm had just healed. I felt like everything became more clear. The difficult months leading up to that moment all became irrelevant. The things I thought that mattered just passed. It's funny how time does that. I forgot everything I was worried about back home. Hell, if I can figure out my life over here, why worry about anything back there? But just as the bad times did, the good times too must come to an end at some point. I just wasn't ready for how quicker the last couple months would go by. I guess time snuck up on me again. I never could call Korea my home, so why is it so hard to leave? Some days all I looked forward to was this moment, counting the days left. But now it's here, and for whatever reason, I'm not ready. I guess, in the moment, I was so caught up in just trying to get by. But looking back, all I can remember are the good parts. And I realized just how much I was taking for granted. I want to experience the mundaneness of commuting to school again, even just one more time. I never fully appreciated the early morning sun passing through the subway window, or the cities I passed through, cities full of culture and people living their lives just as I am. I looked past so many opportunities to try new things, and now I may never have the chance again. I overestimated how much time I had to spend with the people I loved. I would be too lazy to make plans, but oh, the things I would do to just say hi to them one more time. If I could do it all again, I promise I'll be better. I'll appreciate every sunrise, cloud, and pretty flower. I'll be confident enough to try everything and put my all into it. I'll cherish every second I have with the people I care about. I'll be able to look back and have no regrets. If I could do it all again. Coming home wasn't the simple process I thought it'd be. Reintegrating into my own culture was challenging in and of itself. I spent so long changing, improving, maturing, yet everything I knew remained the same as I left it. I was in this awkward stage where I outgrew myself, yet I was still trying to wear the shoes of who I was. 2 months into my exchange, I was praying to be able to be a nobody again. And here I am, back in my school where there's nobody taking a second look at me. Nobody asking to take a selfie with me. Nobody nervously asking if they can sit with me during lunch. It's relaxing, but strangely now I kind of miss it. I want to say I got what I wanted, but I don't think I actually wanted what I thought I did. Maybe it's impossible to know what you want. Maybe wanting is what made me blind to what I had in the first place. And the irony of it all is that now what it is that I want is what I had. It's too easy to judge ourselves for the difficulties we face, and define our capabilities by our setbacks. But in doing so, we sacrifice the one opportunity we have to change. Why limit yourself to being only what you are now, and not be open to the idea of becoming everything you were meant to be? Why sacrifice so much for the sake of avoiding failure? Go out there. Celebrate that life has shortcomings. Go appreciate the opportunity to fail. Because when you finally succeed, it'll feel so much better. I realize now, desire drives us to become better, but in the process, we tend to lose sight of what's important. You don't need that thing to be happy. You don't need that moment to come to be happy. You don't need to wait to become happy. Never settle for who you are now, but never forget to appreciate the process of becoming the best you. The truth is, sometimes the course of our lives change in a single day, but we often don't realize how important those days are until much later, or maybe never at all. I won't make that mistake. Say hi, guys.
I don't wanna see you smile. I want you in the morning.
This is my, what is this? A GoPro. This is my GoPro.
Tell me something I don't know.
Yes, we're going to
Lead me to the place where no one ever goes.
100%. I don't trust them.
You're drinking? Nope, you're drinking.
Let me go under your skin. Let me fight the demon that drives those 7 limbs. You know you're beautiful. That ain't half of your treasure in your soul, but you got it 'cause you want it all. With your fingers in my mouth, I fail to see you fall. So please don't let me fall. So please don't let me fall.
Please remember, you were a child of the mother, as you know. Who has any party.